the Forest of Dean for a demo day. No, I didn't realise Orange was here. I've got my Santa Cruz by this point, which is actually in the van in case I turn up and there's not any small bikes available from anywhere, which I'm slightly paranoid about. Well, that's definitely not going to be a Nuke Crew stand, is it? But I'm glad to see they're doing some recycling.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
What are you filming for? Just your own
YouTube,
personal...
yeah. So I'm doing something a bit different today, borrowing other bikes. I want to just ride my own bike.
Take this out on the trail.
Yeah.
That one?
See if you can get it over the jumps.
Got smaller wheels.
Now I feel like it might be a bit stony and rocky in places.
It might be. Do you want to do a power test on it?
Can I warm up first and come back and do a power test?
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I think it might be a bit stiff right now. So over at the Yeti stand, because I just went to Pivot and they have no small, so now we'll go and try Yeti. So the first bike I'm going to try is the Yeti. They didn't have a small, but they had a medium, which is probably the same as my Orange Charger actually. So it is the 160E. So similar to their Enduro bike, but obviously it's got a motor on it. It has got the same Shimano motor as my Orange bike, however apparently it's got an update on it, so it should run better than what I've been running at the moment, so that'll be interesting. Feels really nice, all set up good. I've got an hour on it, so let's go. So it does feel a bit big. I reckon if I was doing a little bit off-road steep, I might have the back of the bike up my arse, but we'll just take it easy today and it should be all right. So, same motor as mine, but it's got an update on it, which basically means when you stop pedaling, it carries on giving some assistance, which feels very strange. I've also just let a load of air out the tyres as well, because they were well hard. So first thoughts about this one, it's heavy. So compared to mine, this is a lot heavier. Yeah. So a little bit of air out now, which feels a ton better. So considering, so when I ride it like this, it feels really quite heavy, but then when I was sort of pumping, jumping about, it doesn't feel too bad. So it might be that it's more the reach I'm kind of struggling with, maybe, as opposed to the actual weight. I guess time will tell. But yeah, I mean, this update on the motor, that's well different. What have you got? Pivot?
Yeah, this is the main one I wanted to try today.
Oh, okay. To actually demo it and see if you wanted it.
I've done the white from Pedal Bike Away before.
Yeah.
But Pivot's number one.
Nice.
Sort of the white is up my lower end. This is like absolute stratospheric.
Amazing.
It's like, I don't know what the build is on this one, but it's big. Yeah. And then the other one in the middle, I'm sort of looking at a Bear as well, the Wild.
Yeah.
So
okay.
The more I can get on.
Definitely.
Not even really considered the A, but if I've got a bit of time, I'll
yeah, why not?
have a go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
See you in a bit. Oh. Wow, that just floated over there. And that. So I'm a little bit cautious just with the grip because it feels so big in the corners, but oh my god, it just flies over the top. There's like no effort. Mind you, I did feel a bit like that when I rode the Santa Cruz the other day over the jumps. It's just like you don't have to put much effort into it for it to actually preload and spring back. What a bike! There's like no effort required at all to get this off the ground.
Better than the orange.
I reckon I like that one as well. We'll do a swap when we get back.
We'll do a swap in it.
Yeah, because we'll just say you don't even have to do any setup. We're about the same body weight, so we'll just switch them around. Yeah.
Right.
So it is still this way, right?
Yeah, but when we get to the top of this one, we can choose.
Yeah. I remember this bit. So we still haven't got to like the super fun bit of the going down yet. But I suppose I could have gone and done one of the dots, but I am a bit worried about the size of it. Although it doesn't really seem too bad, but it's always different when you start going down something that's steeper and slippery and you want to be able to get down over the bike and realise the bike's right there, which is what I used to have on the Giant that I borrowed. It was all fun and games until I went on something steep and I had to pop over something and the seat would go right up my arse. Lots of bits of tree everywhere. So Simon is on the factory spec pivot, which is what I'm hopefully going to try next. So he's not much taller than me and he's all right on it. It looks really long, but he's all right and he's about a similar weight. So in theory, we should just be able to basically just go back to the stand and say, look, we'll do a straight swap with no actual setup fee. So that'll be good. Ray's on an orange, the Patriot. The one with the Bosch motor on it, not factory spec. And then Pete is up ahead on another pivot, factory spec, but different to the one that Simon's on, although we don't know what the difference is. It's going to definitely take me a while to get used to this 29 wheel. Can't see anything. Woohoo! Dark in here as well. Be sad to give this one back. Oh. So definitely, these are amazing. It's a shame they don't have a come on, seat post. They don't have a small, but I can missed it. I can definitely tell from even this one how good of a bike this is, even with the one that's too big. So that's the Yeti demo over. Sadly, I have to give it back now. But I can go and try another bike, so I might go and see if I can get on that pivot as Simon's. This bike really has been excellent, well recommended, and if I was in the market for another e-bike, which sadly I'm not at the moment, I reckon Yeti would be pretty high on my list. So, I mean, it's not really going ideally so far. First of all, like, nowhere's got the
Calling emergency services.
oh my god. So this is the second it's not really going well so far for me today video. The first one actually got interrupted because in my pocket my button got pressed volume down twice on my iPhone, which called the emergency services. That's the second time that's happened, because that's happened to me on a run as well, which, I mean, it's a fantastic feature, but I also don't want to keep accidentally calling the emergency services. But anyway, what I was actually saying was the fact that I've turned up here to this FOD-fest, which I did email to begin with to ask about whether they would have small bikes, and I was told they would, to find that most of the manufacturers have not brought small bikes with them, and they only really have mediums, and not that many mediums anyway, because they're expecting more people to be larger, so that's quite disappointing. The white that I've just taken out now, I've had to hand back because it's actually making a pretty bad knocking noise, and you can not only hear the noise, but you can feel the knocking from the back of the bike. So I'm not really happy to take that round the trails, even round the blue, because I don't want the responsibility of it breaking on me or causing a crash or something like that. So that's a bit of a shame. The Yeti, I mean, I might have peaked too early. I don't know if I will get anything as good as that for the rest of the day. I might get the opportunity to ride a pivot, I don't know, and then the other option is orange. Well, I don't really want to ride an orange because I've already got one of those, and then the final option is transition, but again, they've only got mediums, and I don't know if I would fit on a medium, so I'm a little bit scuppered. Luckily, I did bring my Santa Cruz with me, so I can probably take that out this afternoon, and I probably will do, but I am disappointed in the lack of small bikes here. Right, I've given up now, and I've gone to get my own bike because I don't think I'm going to have very much luck with any more demos. I've got myself another bottle because one of the other things that went wrong today is I couldn't find my original bottle. It has been located now, but I don't have it with me. And then when I put my bum bag on, I went to do it up and the strap pulled straight out of the other side of the bag and that broke as well. So I don't have means of carrying a water bottle. So I've given it to Pete, but Pete is on the demo loop with Ray and Simon over on the blue, which I'm not there with them now because of the white bike needing to go back. So got myself another bottle. Doesn't hurt to have a spare, but I might as well fill the time whilst I wait for them to reappear. You never know on that thing. Right. Oh, no mud guard. Wow. So Simon's demoing the Patriot. First road gap complete.